I get a lot of requests to show people how to cable without a needle. I learned it from Annie Modasit, taking a class from her. I don't remember what the class was about, but I remember at the end we had some extra time and she said, "Hey, who wants to learn how to cable without a needle?" And I just thought that was fantastic. And ever since I've cabled without a needle and I want to show you how I do it. Cable needles come in a set and usually have multiple sizes. The sizes correspond to the weight of your yarn. So for this worsted weight yarn, I would have used this size cable needle, the medium one, and this for baby yarn and this for a chunkier yarn. But we don't need those at all anymore. This method works no matter what kind of cable you're making, even if it's a combination of knits and purls. It works whether you're knitting right-handed or left-handed or continental or American style. The pattern I'm working from is a popular one in our shop. It's called the Woven Cable Headband. It's by Priscilla Uloho. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It's a very popular free pattern on Ravelry, and we make them all the time. Now, I'm first going to show you the cables that are on row 3 in the pattern. Let me check. Yep. In row 3 of the pattern, they want you to make 2 left cables. I'm showing you right here what those look like. That's 2 left cables. Later, we'll be making 3 right cables. Now, the thing about left cables is they are sometimes referred to as front cables. That is because we'll be holding some stitches to the front of the work. Normally that's done on a cable needle like this pink one that I showed you, okay? We're going to do it a different way. We're going to do it on the fly. All right, so I'll first show you continental style where I hold the yarn in my left hand, and I've got a little border to work here that has 3 knit stitches, then a purl, then 3 plain knit stitches. Then we get down to business here. All right, and the way the cabling without a needle works is I'm going to slip the first part of the cable, which is just taking a stitch across and do nothing with it. That's 3 stitches to be slipped. Now these are the stitches that would normally be put on a cable hook, like this one, okay? We're not doing that, we're just slipping them. Then we're going to knit the next 3. Now, the reason it's called a front cable is because we're going to reach into those stitches here in the front of the work with our left needle. You basically are making them safe on your left needle. You don't want to pull on this yarn, but you do kind of pinch down below all 6 stitches, and we're going to pull the needle out of those 6 stitches and right away go and catch the 3 that were already knitted. See them right there? Now the stitches have crossed. We have our left leaning cable, and we'll go ahead and finish the 3 knit stitches right there. All right, now I'm going to do American style on the next one to show you how it's done. Have a good hold on my yarn before I get going, and I'm going to slip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3. Kind of amazes me it's done exactly the same way. Then I'm going to knit 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. That stitch was hanging incorrectly on the needle. That's why I'm knitting him in the back. Okay, there are my 6 stitches. 3 were slipped and 3 were knitted. Again, the left needle goes into the fronts of the 3 slipped stitches like so. And no pulling on this yarn. Pinch down below and pull the needle out of all 6. Then reach the needle back in to catch the ones that you've already knitted. There they are. And you are back in business. You've got a left leaning cable and you finish the row like so. And I got a 1, 2, 3, and then my border. My border stitches consist of 1 purl and 3 knits to finish. Okay, now there's 3 plain rows after this cable, so I'm going to pause the video, finish the 3 plain rows, and come back and see you in a few seconds with we'll be doing 3 right-leaning cables, which are called back cables. Depending on the designer, the left ones are called front cables by some designers, and some people call them left cables, and the right-leaning ones are sometimes called back cables. Thank you. Be right back. Hi, so I just finished the rows, okay, the plain rows after my 2 left cables, which are sometimes called front cables. And you know, sometimes when you are away from your work and you come back to it, you wonder, uh-oh, is it time to cable now or not? Let me show you how I figure that out. Okay, this is a great little trick. You look for the hole that's naturally right next to a cable. See this little hole right here? The string that goes across right after the hole, that's the row that did the cable. And in this pattern, that was row 3 that we worked on before I paused the video. That was row 3. So then row 4, 5, and 6 have been done. That's what I did while I had the video turned off, okay? So we're ready for row 7. Anyway, let me show you how that's done. Sometimes I like to tighten things up a little bit. They get a little out of whack in the cable row, I think. So there, that looks a little better. Okay, so now it's time to do the 3 cables that lean to the right, and those are referred to as back cables. They're a little more difficult than the front cables, but it is easy when you know how. So I'm going to start with my same border stitches as 1, 2, 3, and then a purl. And in this row, the cable starts right away. So we're going to do a 1, 2, 3 slipping, and then 1, 2, 3 knitting. Now, we have to reach around back. That's why it's called a back cable. And when you're using a cable hook, you would have put those stitches on a hook and hung them in the back of the work. But we're just going to reach for ours. Notice we're reaching underneath the yarn and picking up those 3 cables from underneath in back. And you're just trying to get them safe on the needle. So now we have all 6 stitches on the needle, the 3 that were slipped and the 3 that were knitted. No pulling on this yarn. Yank your needle out and put it right back in the 3 that were already done, like so. Now I'm going to move my yarn to the back of the work and finish the 3 stitches. I'll do one more a little faster, and then I'll show you one American style. So here's the slipping, here's the knitting, and go to the back and pick up the 3, make them safe, take the needle out, move it right into the 3 that were already knitted, and go again. All right, now American style for everybody else who's not doing continental yet. You should see my video on continental knitting. I think it might make a believer out of you if you try it sometime. Okay, and we're finishing up. We reach around back, make sure you reach under the yarn, pick up the 3 that got slipped. There they are. All 6 stitches are safe on the left needle. Pull your right needle out of everything, and then back into the 3 that were already knitted. Move the yarn to the back of the work and finish your cable. And then we'll finish the border stitches, which were purl, and then 3 knits. Now, this demo, I've done this demo many, many times, but I did it last month at Vogue Knitting Live during February of 2021. And right now, in March, which would be a week from tomorrow, we'll be demoing again at Vogue Knitting. We're going to be doing a blocking demo on St. Patrick's Day, the 17th of March, and then we will, on Saturday, March 20th, we'll be doing a demo on how do you cast on 2 stitches onto a long circular needle. Not 2 stitches, sorry, 2 socks. How do you cast on 2 socks on a long circular needle? That'll be Saturday, March 20th. Okay, so now we have done are 3 right-leaning cables. We'll be doing 3 plain rows and then the 2 left-leaning cables after that. But now that you know how to cable without a needle, it's super easy. If you need more help with it, come see me at the store or get in touch with me. I can give you a Zoom lesson anytime you like. Thank you. This has been Heidi Sunday for Mobile Yarn.